What's up, YouTube? I want to tell you guys a story. Okay, so when I first started at the United States Postal Service, it was back in 2015. In 2015, I was 24 years old. Right now, I'm 33. There was a mail carrier, which is now my supervisor now. No, he's my postmaster now. I was outside, had a regular job. I can't remember where I was working, and I was checking my mail. And he was a mail carrier. His name is Matthew. And he said, hey man, we hiring at the post office. You might want to apply. And I was like, oh, okay. Never thought about working at the post office at all. Never really paid attention to the mail carrier. So I went online and I did the application. I seen the application for the city that I was living in, and I went ahead and applied. But I really didn't think much of it though, at all, because I was like, what's the odds of them actually calling me to work at the post office? Very low, very unlikely, because they say that it's about who you know as far as getting in. So I didn't know anybody that worked there. So I felt like my chances were very slim. And also back then, I was a smoker. I was doing the cannabis thing. So I was like, I might not get the job, so I may not stop smoking, And so I got the email, and it was telling me that I needed to take an assessment and I needed to schedule a drug screening. Man, I was like, are they willing to hire me? Is that what's going on? Because if that's what's going on, I need to stop smoking. Okay. So immediately I put it down, I stopped, and I started studying, like, what is it like to be a postal carrier? I started Googling, because even Google was a thing in 2015, of course. I didn't see a lot of information, just a bunch of forums and stuff. The day that I was supposed to take the assessment, I took the assessment at a testing facility in my state capital, which is Jackson, because I live in Mississippi. So I went to Jackson to the facility where we were supposed to take the assessment. They gave us headphones. They put us in front of a computer, and that was where we took the test. The assessment was a 3-part test. Memory, and I think spelling, and filling out forms. Okay. So I took the test and I was very confident, actually. When I left, I was like, I think I aced that. And when I got my test results back, it was a few days later, they sent the test results back to me in my email, and I had scored a 94. So when I seen that, I said, wow, I think I'm about to start working at the post office. And so a few days after that, I got another email, and it was inviting me to the Postal Academy in that same city that I took the assessment, which was Jackson, Mississippi. And I was excited about that. And then in the pamphlet, they said that we were going to get paid for training. Man, I was so excited about the Postal Academy. The Postal Academy took about 7 days. It was 7 days paid. We got started at 8 in the morning, and we finished around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. In the afternoon. And we had a lunch break, and basically we sat in a classroom type setting, and we were listening to an instructor teach us about the mind frame that you have to have as a postal carrier, all of the forms, all of the technique, everything. And of course, by the time you leave the academy, which my 7 days, after I did the 7 days, I couldn't remember anything. So I got another email, and that email was telling me that I needed to report to my local post office for my first day of training at that office. And I was supposed to be shadowing another carrier. So I was going to sit in the back of the truck and ride with them and watch their functions, watch how they do things, watch how they get out of the truck, rubber band stuff, all the works. So I came to the post office with navy blue windbreakers, a t-shirt. I don't have uniform at this point. They don't give out uniforms to CCAs because that's what I had applied for. You basically come to work with regular clothes, but I tell all the CCAs that you should wear something that you can move around in, but try to keep the same color scheme as the rest of the postal carriers. Baby blue, navy blue, royal blue if you can, or you can just wear black. So I came to work, navy blue windbreaker pants and a white t-shirt, and I was ready. When I came into the post office, I met my postmaster, and he was a very dirty individual Of course, I didn't know that at the time, but I found out that he was very snaky. Okay. So he walked me through the things that I needed to do. He introduced me to the supervisor, and me and the supervisor talked for a while. And she showed me where everything was, where the scanners were, where the forwarding system is, where the cases are, and the cases are where you actually put the mail in order. So yeah, we did that. And I remember being introduced to my shadow person. My shadow person basically showed me all those same things again, and she took me to the case so that I can watch her sort the mail and put it in order. I sat there and I was just so amazed at how the case was set up. It was address by address, street by street. Like, it was incredible. I said, wow, they actually sort this stuff letter by letter in the office in the morning before they even get out on the route. Man, like, that blew my mind. I didn't think it was like that. So you only sort the raw material, and there's also a section where there are letters that were ran through by a machine and sorted by a machine. We call that DPS. I don't know what the acronym stands for. I can't remember. So anyway, back on track. I watched my shadow person case the mail, also pull it down in order inside of a long tray. And then we proceeded to grab me a scanner. She got a scanner. And also we got into the truck and I watched her load the truck up. All the packages in the back, all the mail in the front. And I got in the back and we took off, man, got on the road. Mentally, I was very proud of myself at that moment. I was like, I have become a very prestigious person in society, because I'm about to meet people that I otherwise would meet. I'm about to see parts of town that I otherwise would never go, would never visit. So that part was inspiring, and I felt really good about that. So we got out at the first house and I grabbed the mail and she told me, walk it up there and put it in the mailbox. First step. So I did that. I got out of the truck, walked up to the mailbox, put it in the box, walked back to the truck. She cranked the truck up and we continued to do that. Now, I was in the back seat. Well, technically there is no back seat. There's only a trunk and one driver's seat. So I was in the back with the packages, but they have a seat that they put in the back of the truck for me to sit on. So every time we pulled up to a stop, she would give me the mail that I was supposed to deliver. I hop out the back of the truck and walk to the address and then hop back in the back of the truck and she drove off. That's basically how we did it. Now I realize how time consuming that actually was. Like, that carrier had to be very patient because I know the way I deliver the mail now, it'll never work that way. When I pull up at a stop, I pop that gear shift, get out, come back within seconds. So what we were doing was very time consuming. Luckily, the route that we ran that day was very short and we call it an auxiliary route. So we did that for the rest of the day. I did not encounter any dogs. We took a lunch break. We took 2 15-minute breaks just to talk about the day and how I was feeling. It was not a summertime day, so it was fairly cool outside and I enjoyed it. It was a great experience. So we finished up, came back to the post office. She showed me how to resort the things that were brought back, return the senders, refuse mail, all those things. And at the end of the day, I felt very accomplished. So that was my first time as a mail carrier going through the hiring process all the way to the first day of work. And it only took about 3 weeks for me to actually apply and get started. It took 3 weeks. That was it. And I've been working almost every day since 2015. It's been a great journey. And thank you guys for listening to that. I love to revisit that memory sometimes because it was an experience that can't be copied. It just can't be duplicated. I enjoyed it, and you will too. So work at the post office, try it out, see if you like it. A lot of people don't like it, and I understand that. I understand what you go through when you say that the post office sucks, especially when you're in a bad office with bad management. I get it, man. It's not like that in all offices, but in your office, I understand why you would want to quit or leave, but this has been an amazing job for me. You guys, Express Mail, have a great day.